Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Birmingham last night. Islamists clash with police in Birmingham as arrests begin. Now it was no major, to be honest. It went off. It went off far better than I thought it was gonna, to be honest. Again, I was worried about the actual Israeli team and the team bus, but no, that seems to have got into the stadium fine and away by the looks of things. I haven't heard anything big about that. The game finished, 90 minutes was played. I think it was 2-0 to Aston Villa. And yeah, that's kind of what happened. And all these Islamists were outside, as we can see. There's a police line. There was a lot of trouble when they all come out. Not really a lot, to be honest. Young Bob was arrested. I'm not sure if he was released again at the end, but there is a video of his arrest yet again. I mean, for a 17-year-old, he's been arrested more times than he's got fingers. I think at this point, he does a defiant Braveheart move, as Tusi says on the thing as he gets in the van. So we'll play a little bit of this and watch the scenes from last night. And Tusi was there earlier on, but they're trying to kind of try to arrest him or move him. So I think he left before the end. I don't know if he got a dispersal order. Yeah, a lot of YouTubers there, to be honest. Seen a lot of them. Young Bob, can't forgot his name already. You Anthony was there. There was a lot of you, to be honest, a lot of YouTubers. That Baraka Amuri, who I mentioned the other day, was there. So a lot of them were there anyway. Again, it went off far better than I thought it would. There was a few clashes and a few arrests, but nothing major that I've seen. So went far better than I thought it was gonna. So I'll play a little bit of this anyway.
Say, come. Allahu Akbar. Basically, come at me. It's very brave, isn't he? Oh, so tough.
Getting mad over there.
Crazy.
The police just assaulted me.
Now I'm going to show you what the Villa fans were doing. This.
They're just going to watch the football. That's all the Villa fans are doing. They're just going to watch the football. And these fucking morons are all fucking politicising everything, fucking taking the fun out of everything. That's all Islam does. I swear to God, Islam just takes the fun out of everything.
I don't think the football like you know.
What a day. Okay, can I just repeat that the whole point of MPs forcing the authorities to ban the Israeli football fans was because apparently the Israelis were going to be the hooligans, right? They were going to cause trouble. It was in fact, and basically Islamists and pro-Palestinians were pretending, saying, we're actually on the side of Aston Villa, the lovely Aston Villa supporters. You know, we're all together. This is our community in Birmingham. Oh, do you want me to show you what Villa fans were doing tonight to stand up to the Islamists? Oh yeah, they were chanting, oh, Tommy Robinson.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if you were going with the right wing, like football fans are the right wing. You know what I mean? The football hooligans. I mean, this is kind of what they said about the EDL. It's like the football hooligans, the skinheads. You know what I mean? So yeah, the football fans, the majority of them, the English lads, the fucking English Villa lads. You know what I mean? It's primarily the crack. So the majority of football fans, British, English, will be with Tommy Robinson. So yeah, fucking sing it, boys, sing it.
It's good though, isn't it? Anyway, that whole thing, when the Villa fans from behind the fence, basically in the actual area of the stadium, were standing up and shouting back, that also provoked the Islamists to then start throwing bottles and everything else. And then they tried to storm the line, as we saw earlier. Again, as I said, the moments of the clashes were obviously short space of time because the police, they did bring in, over 700 extra police officers, which, by the way, I expected them to bring in more police officers. But it kind of worked Apart from the fact that obviously a couple of our friends have been arrested, and I was almost arrested, but I did comply. So I didn't, because I wanted to actually do the coverage. I could have actually stood up against the police when they were removing me. I'm going to show you that video. I'm going to explain the context of what happened there. But the Aston Villa fans were obviously facing off the Narnia people, the pro-Palestinians, and this is the next clip. They weren't expecting that, I guess.
Baraka and Moody was just there, as we've seen. A lot of YouTubers in the vicinity, police line, all the Islamists behind the line. Yeah, it's just usual shit show, to be honest. But again, I think it went off a lot better than I thought. It was going to be really violent clashes, to be honest. So it's gone really a lot better than I thought it would.
They feel that, yeah, we've been defending the Aston Villa supporters against the evil Israeli football hooligans. Surely the Aston Villa supporters are going to be on the side of Palestine. Uh-oh, that backfired massively. The Villa fans were chanting Tommy Robinson. Anyway, let's go to the situation with young Bob of Turning Point. Section 35 dispersal order that basically was issued to ban him from most of Birmingham, basically. Young Bob was banned from Birmingham, and including his own hotel. Then,
yeah, does young Bob work for Turning Point? I mean, I wouldn't work for them after the whole Charlie Kirk affair, to be honest. That would be my rule. I wouldn't be working for them after the whole Charlie Kirk affair. No chance. You'll end up like Charlie Kirk, Bob. You'll end up like Charlie Kirk. Do not work for Turning Point.
He still went. He said, well, I've got to do my job anyway. And he had a debate, and then he was arrested. He's still in custody. Things kicked off. This is the moment.
I do, my friend.
Thanks to Vox Populi, by the way. Populi.
Dispersal order being put in place against yourself, okay? So you say
Why?
Section 35 dispersal order has been authorised by Superintendent 7915 Hadley. The authority starts at 0900 hours this morning.
Guys, can I just ask you just to step on the footpath?
Sorry, so what has he prescribed as the people who have been sectioned as?
Say again, sorry.
So who are the people that have been
It's not
given a
against
section?
It's not against a group of people. It's being issued against people who we suspect of breaching the peace.
Him.
And
I dispute that. Because
okay,
he invited...
you dispute it, whether the
hold on.
put in place. And
The conditions under a breach of this... Okay.
Yeah, you can read.
Yeah, I can read it. So you tried to say that I am breaching the peace. However, you got me out of that.
We're doing everything we can to prevent the breach
Of course.
of peace.
Now,
Okay?
I'm happy.
Hence, you're being issued
I am
a
happy to
dispersal order.
stand here to film. However, I'm not happy to move an astronomical far away. And that's probably even counting where my hotel is. So I'm not
Say
doing
again,
that.
sorry?
How far is that?
Well, there's a map there for you.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a hotel there.
Under what grounds have you issued? Were we trying to issue him this with?
Section 35.
So
You're
embarrassing.
trying to offer him a Section 35 dispersal, yeah?
Not on this side of the road. However, you need to identify what is the parameters of breaching the peace. No, you haven't. You haven't, and I've done that.
It's on body warner.
It's on body warner, and we're going to see. What you're going to see is the fact that
you
Yep.
keep coming back into it, and every time you go
Recording.
back in there, okay, an argument breaks out, and you're at the centre.
Have I started these arguments? Have I even spoken to the people that have these?
There, you're interviewing
Okay.
someone, and an argument breaks
No,
out.
I haven't even been
Therefore-
interviewing
bias
people.
has
I
been
interviewed
shown.
one person, and you've correctly identified the format as an interview.
Well, I've been there on two separate instances.
Okay, the first occasion was a man who came up to you and said, I don't like him because he does Speaker's Corner videos. The second gentleman assaulted me for no reason as I tried to ask him a question. The
Yep.
third time that you're now
Are you gonna
using...
take this?
No, I am not.
Okay, all right. We just.
Have to arrest him and then he's going to have to sue you in court.
I'll take it. I'll take the arrest, and this will be laughable.
Yeah, arrest him and then
Of course.
Okay, all right. At the moment, mate, you're under arrest.
Yep.
Okay, refusing
So he's
to.
arresting
So
young
bad.
Bob for breaching
I'll
the
laugh
peace.
at it.
Yeah,
We'll
laugh
take
at him.
it.
The thing is, the more you arrest somebody, you're like desensitized to it in a way, if that's the right words. Like, first time you get arrested, you shit your pants, you've never been arrested, you go to the police station, you don't know what's going to happen, do you know what I mean? The more and the more and the more that you get arrested, the less impact it has on you. There's no fear of it anymore, do you know what I mean? So, it's clearly Bob's past that point, do you know what I mean? Like, up, arrest us again, go on then. So, he's not bothered anymore, that's the thing, and again, it's... You can arrest people all you want, but you've got to take them to court and prosecute them and convict them. And again, what exactly has Bob done here to break the law? And the answer is nothing. And he wouldn't stand up in court for anything, to be honest. You'd get him out of the way for the time being. But ultimately, it won't. I don't think he'll be prosecuted for anything. He's not exactly breaching the peace, as he says there. A lot of it's on video as well. That's the beauty of it, because he films everything. So it is a bit of a Braveheart moment in the minute, but again, I wouldn't work for Turning Point if that's a crack. Christ, after fucking Charlie Kirk's whole affair, we still haven't cleared that up. You know what I mean? We still literally haven't cleared up the Charlie Kirk affair yet. We do not know the answer to that.
Take it,
We'll take it. We're going to take the arrest. We'll take the arrest.
And him man wanted to look to a Christian. That's what he man said. Take Bob and you take him.
Listen, this is the Islamification of the UK. A sheikh trying to speak to me is an arrestable offence. This is the demonstration
He's only 17, by the way.
of West Midlands police inability to police.
He's only 17.
We'll take the arrest, gentlemen.
Bob, we'll see you Sunday.
See you Sunday, bro.
Free Bob. It went full Braveheart. Anyway, so that aside, we had the situation where at the beginning of the whole thing, when I started my own live report, I was just talking to, I didn't even approach anybody. The plan was, and obviously Danielle Tusi, my wife and COO of Tusi TV, was actually there to ensure, she was like, you are not dying before us having a baby. She was making sure I don't really go into to cause trouble accidentally. So I said, okay, fine. We had security. I was like, I'm just going to go around from the police side. Just going to film. It took about 7 seconds. One of the organizers with a massive beard came to have a debate. We disagree. It was a nice debate. He kept saying I'm gaslighting for some reason, even though he was literally gaslighting about the history of Israel. Anyway, then slowly the mob gathered around. And you guys who saw the live stream, you could see, but we couldn't really see the rest of it because it was all around us. The police took their time. Then eventually the police came because they complained that, for example, my presence, just like Young Bob, is intimidating, right? So I was breaching the peace as well. And then they took me away. I'm going to show you that moment, the moment of insanity. Let's go to that, and then I'm going to explain what happened.
I'm going to ask you to go on the grass here, yes? Okay, because he's getting 4 weeks to prevent
Yeah. This is where I was like, are you going to arrest them? Are you going to take them away? Like, no. And it's taking me to a dangerous place. Just keep watching. And they kept threatening, if you go back, you'll be arrested. I was like, fine, okay, we'll go the other side. But I didn't want to stay where he's taking me. So he's taking me, and also he's grabbing me. He's like, again, in a second, you're going to see again.
I didn't want to have a conversation.
Yeah, he's grabbing me again.
Yeah, I didn't want to have a conversation. I would.
And then, look at...
Yeah, I mean, breaching the peace, but what for asking questions? Like, it's ridiculous, really, all that the police take it upon themselves now. That we're stopping disorder, basically, which you maybe are down the line, but ultimately you're allowed to stand and ask questions in a free country, and these people, although they're not the mainstream media, they are very much the media at this point. So again, it's a shit show. Where like Young Bob's again, he's clearly targeted. Young Bob, that's the thing. He's absolutely clearly targeted on multiple occasions. You know what I mean? Again, there is. I'll take the arrest, but he even like debates with them. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't like kick and scream and shout like you see with some folk. He like just has a debate with them, and then a text, like, you know what I mean? There's no kicking off. There's no nothing at all. I mean, again, he's the more you arrest him, the less bothered he is about being arrested. Though that's the other side of it. Like he just well take the arrest and got in the van. You know what I mean? England. So that was Young Bob being arrested yet again. A few clashes. Has seen a lot of Islamists knocking about. YouTubers being moved on. So yeah, there wasn't really massively violent clashes. Again, there's quite a lot of Palestine protesters. You're seeing them singing Tommy Robinson, but it went off pretty well. To be honest, it went off pretty well. A lot better than I thought it was gonna. Almost perfect, really. Almost perfect. So that was the scenes. It's not the end of it. It's definitely not the end of it. But it's the end of the football match. So I'll leave it there. Peace.